Today's declaration is, I am a worshipper. We are still at David's tent in our camper van, which is great fun. It's a beautiful sunny day. There's our little kitchen. And there are our neighbours right next door, the joys of camper van life. And there is beautiful fields out the front. And David's tent, some of you may or may not know, is 72 hours straight of worship. So people worshipping through the day and through the night, gathering around the presence of God. So I'm a worshipper is a very apt declaration. And yesterday I got to go and speak at the kids' tent about being a worshipper and what that meant for me. And it was so special seeing this room full of gorgeous, precious children being trained up in the Lord. So I had a lot of fun there. And as I was thinking about this declaration, one verse that really spoke to me is 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 16. Rejoice always, pray continually. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. There you can see I've got it there, all in yellow. You know, how often are we saying, God, what's your will for my life? What do you want me to do? Where am I meant to be? And asking these big questions. And there are a few times through the Bible where God tells us clearly what his will for us is, regardless of whether we are a doctor, a nurse, a teacher, a business owner, a stay-at-home mum, a missionary here or there, or all of these different questions and big callings that we can get in a tears about where we're meant to be. In all of those things, this is God's will for us, to rejoice always, to pray continually, and to give thanks in all circumstances. For this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. So for me, a large part of worship is thanking God in all circumstances, thanking God come what may, and learning to rejoice come what may, learning to rejoice in the trial, learning to rejoice in the valleys and the mountaintops, and trusting him, giving thanks to him in all circumstances. So rest assured today that there is one thing that you know clearly about the will of God for your life. It is to rejoice always, to pray continually, and to give thanks in all circumstances. Let your worship be pleasing to God. When we get to heaven, we will have no choice but to worship. We will fall down and we will say, holy, 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 because we will see quite how good and marvellous and beautiful and majestic God is. But this side of earth, blooming tough stuff happens. You know, I chatted to so many people while we're here going through really difficult things. And our choice to worship God in the midst of trial is all the more precious, it's all the more sweet, it's all the more costly. It is a gift that we can give God. We can choose to worship him come what may, even when things are not easy. So put on your praise this morning, put on your worship, give thanks to God, whatever you're walking through, and know that it is a sweet fragrance to him.